Hey guys, welcome back to the Wan Man Show. I am the Man, and over there is the one professional boxer, gym owner, and actor wannabe sometimes. Uh, we are the number one fight sports show podcast in Singapore. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and also Facebook. And today we have Deon Augustine with us on the show. Deon, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, what's up, guys? It's a pleasure to be here on the show. I'm looking forward, and thank you so much for reaching out to me, man.
No worries, no worries. Deon, you are a WMO Pro-Am champion. Is it kickboxing or Muay Thai? Which is it? I have no idea.
Oh, it's Muay Thai. Yeah.
So, we always have champions on our show. We've had a lot of champions on our show before. One used to be a champion. Now he's just the number 2 pound for pound boxer in Singapore, no longer number 1. So we're just auditioning champions now to see who can take over Ridhwan's place. One, how have you been doing, man?
I'm the same, just trying to survive. The COVID situation is really frustrating. And yeah, I think everybody, even like Deon, all the fighters are starting like to itch and we just want to fight. We all having withdrawal symptoms like crying, sobbing, punching and walking to the train. So yeah.
Yeah, I shadow box in the toilet as well.
Yeah, it's normal. It's all signs of being a champion. It's all normal.
Yeah, so there's two trends. If fans of us know that there's two trends on the show, right? One is everybody on the show cries, or they confess that they cry, and then secondly, everyone on the show so far have been shadow boxing in the toilet somehow. Yeah, you guys gotta stop it. You guys have gyms. Go and do stuff in the gym. Don't do stuff in the toilet. The toilet is for other stuff.
Okay. Now, yeah. Before we go into the fighter part, right? I just want to ask Deon. I was at your Ask FM site. You know, where the site where people ask you questions.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Like I don't even remember having that.
Yeah. That's where we come. That's where Adib does the stalking. So I saw a bit. So I saw 2 questions. They are different questions, but they are similar. So the questions, right, have got something to do with shaving.
Shaving.
Yeah. So one question was like, do you shave your private area? That's one. Then one was like, do you shave? Do you even know who asked you these kind of questions? And why is it? Where does all these shaving questions come from?
Is it not you, one?
But I do have a clean shaving ritual, definitely. Like
you can see reply, yes, I do. I want to try waxing at this point. So do you do it?
Yeah. Like I think it's I have tried it. I keep a very clean. I go down south clean. So yeah, I think for me, I don't know. I can't stay in the bush below.
How does it work actually? You go to a shop.
Wait, guys, this got all Costa Rica.
Yeah, I'm quite open about it. I don't know. I just feel clean. I can't. When you have a bush on, especially when you're training, it kind of gets. I don't know if you felt this before, but when doing Muay Thai, when we
clinch.
When we clinch or when we kick, sometimes like if you have long pubes, you get stuck on the side of the underwear, and then like it gets pulled out to the side. So it hurts. That's why we try to keep it clean.
It's just so weird that somebody will ask you that. I mean, you're a fighter, and then somebody will have to ask you of all the things they ask you, did you shave? Man. It means they've thought about you naked.
I think that's a compliment.
Well, one thing's for sure, Deon. Like, Ridhwan does not have to worry about any bush or stuff like that because he cannot grow hair anywhere else except for his head. Unfortunately, at 40 years old, he's still very, very. He's unable to grow facial hair or body hair or any hair.
Yeah, now you actually look really young. Like you look like you're still in your my age. You look like your mid-20s, like 25, 26.
Thank you.
It's a good thing, and
not bad for 40-year-old.
Okay, guys, seriously, now we're supposed to be the number one fight sport podcast in Singapore, where we usually talk about fights and we have fighters on, but apparently we never talk about fights.
That's why we're number one.
Yeah, so now we're talking about bushes.
That's why we're number one. People can get to the number one spot without doing anything.
When I browse through all the thumbnails on your IG, it's always about like, probably like wanking and dicks and puberty.
Yeah, because one is still going through puberty, you see. So we need to teach him all this stuff, and he learns better when he talks about it. You know, that's the human aspect of one. Yeah. Okay. Back to topic. Obviously you're a Muay Thai champ. Tell us more about like how you actually got started. You know, everybody has a story to tell about how they got started, but
For sure,
mostly people do it because they wanted to lose weight. So what's your story, man?
I would say I started when I was in just when I got to secondary school, and that period of time, you know, I was just my parents did send me. Growing up, I always had an interest to be
Abing.
Abing was one of them, but I didn't make the cut because I didn't have money to buy the Balenciaga sling bag.
What? The fake one. They always fake
the
one. Fake one.
I don't know. Usually, if you get a fake one, you get passed.
Abing starter pack.
Yeah. So I was actually my dad sent me for like Taekwondo classes. You know, the one under the void deck also. That kind. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't really feel like it was something that sparked my interest. But growing up, I've always I had a lot of ambitions. I always wanted to be a showman, you know, someone that's on stage with an audience. And if you guys didn't know, I'll get on to my previous hobbies that I did, which actually why I was named the Gambit also. So before that, growing up, I started doing Muay Thai when I was about 13. You know, I found Evolve through website. Just wanted to keep fit, you know, like stay in shape. And you know, bullies are really common when you're in secondary school. You know, a lot of people has gotten bullied when they were younger for sure. And you know, learning martial arts self-defense was one of the ways that you can actually build self-confidence. So from there, I went on to training for about a year. Like I think it was just 2 weeks into training, and that was when I knew like, this is the sport I'm going to be doing for a long time. I tried many sports. I like playing soccer. I did basketball and tennis and all that stuff, but none of them really had that interest which I built towards like Muay Thai. For Muay Thai, it was something that I did from day one, and it stuck with me throughout my journey. Like it was always I was always waking up to having that interest to learn something new each day. And from then on, it just snowballed. You know, I was going for training every day from like twice or thrice a week recreationally to like 6 days a week, 2-3 hours a day consistently. So during that period, it was after a year of training, I seeing the big. I was training with back then, you know, the Evolve fight team. I was the youngest in the fighters program, and seeing like the trainers and the fighters like prepare for. Back then it was martial combat. You guys remember
MBS, right? There was an MBS, was it?
Yeah, it was MBS. So like quite a handful of the fighters, including Rafael dos Anjos. He was preparing for Clay Guida's fight in UFC 112. So they were all the fighters program back then. They were having intense training sessions and stuff. And you know, I expressed my interest to Chatri back then. You know, I wanted to have my first Muay Thai fight with Radim. So ended up me and Radim got the opportunity to train with the fighters in the fighters program. And back then I was 15, about 14 years old, training with like guys that have been training their whole lives. So it was something really new to me, but you know, I was so hungry to have my first fight. I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and try something different for the first time, like, you know, being on a stage, but like in a way you can say like putting your life on the line. It's not just like performing an art. It's you're actually going up there to do something that 99% of the people in the world wouldn't do. So so it was something. It was a really good experience for me when I had my first fight, and ever since then, like I just got hooked from 2012, 2007, 2008, all the way until when I had to go to national service, which was 2018. Yeah, that was the period I had to stop, and army came in, and that was when I had to serve the nation.
Yeah, that's always the bummer.
Yeah.
Did you win your first fight though?
Yeah. It was quite shitty as hell, man. Like we did it in Pattaya, so it was. Yeah, it was in a bar. The ring was in the middle of a bar, and they were like honestly, they were like strippers, and they were, yeah, dude. I don't know why like fights always come with these kind of things, but yeah,
you're like
for some reason.
right?
Yeah, like I was underage. I was 15. It was in a bar in Pattaya. They had the ring and the smack in the middle with like people drinking around, and then there were like strippers and stuff like walking around in their underwear, and I was like, this is 15-year-old boy, like, am I really fighting at the right place? Like, it's not the place I expect. I thought
send me the address.
Yeah.
Send me location.
I thought there'll be like bright lights and like wow, with like a good crowd with audience and stuff. But no, that was not what I pictured on the first fight. But yeah, and like the boy I fought was like maybe 3 years younger than me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but like he had a lot more fight experience, because of his like Thai start from the age of like 8 or 9 years old. So yeah, I was pretty nervous, man. But after the fight, they just took out the glove and then they walked around and people start throwing money in the gloves, like that kind of like bar fights. Yeah, so it was something a little bit different from your usual Muay Thai fight, like regular Muay Thai fights. Yeah, but
so your first fight
experience.
already, you went pro?
Yeah, it was straight away just pro. Yeah.
Wow, why not?
This guy.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean, like the adrenaline didn't get to me though. I mean, until we landed, like training towards the whole fight camp when I was training for it, I didn't feel like there's no nervousness, no, I don't feel like anxious or what. I was just training like giving my 100% every day. The moment we landed though, however, when we landed, like after the planes like landed, I was like, I got off the plane. I was like, shit, we're here, man. When Thailand, what am I doing here? I'm gonna fight. Fuck. Like I just realized something just hit me, and then that was when the adrenaline started building. And then on the day itself, wow, I was like, I almost had diarrhea. I was like, my stomach felt funny. I was like, I kind of want to go home.
But you don't need to do any weight cut, right? Because I heard Muay Thai fights, they're not very strict with the weight cuts.
Yeah. For that kind of fights, like wow, like you just make a phone call, like I got this guy, he's ready to fight, and then the Thai guys will put us together. You same side, okay, go. That's all. It's that straightforward. Like unless you're talking about like really like sanctioned fights or like the one in the bigger stadiums and stuff. Yeah, even for some stadiums like in Muay Thai, they basically, you can say like they close one eye when it comes to the weight. Like some people can be 2-3 kilos heavier. If both are willing to fight each other, they just go ahead with it. It's not really that strict like other like Western boxing rules or what, where you pass by like 200 grams and like you're overweight already. Yeah.
So what is it about Muay Thai that made you stick? I mean, you started, like you said, your dad put you in Taekwondo, under the void deck. You disturbed where Ridhwan lives with your Taekwondo, and then you join Evolve. Obviously, Evolve has a very strong Muay Thai program, but they also have a very strong mixed martial arts program and BJJ program, right? Yeah. But what was it about Muay Thai that stuck on you?
I would say when it made me today, it made me the person I am today for sure. Growing up, I think it's like an outlet that really expressed the person I am. From growing up, I've always wanted to be someone that I like expressing my thoughts. I like being in you can say like in the limelight. I like having that attention. Yeah, and no, but not only for that. It's not that I'm doing it for fame. It's just that I want to show people through that doing martial arts, doing this sport, you can actually grow from many different areas in your life. Different aspects from self-confidence. From being not only it's not just about learning self-defense or keeping fit, but it instills so many disciplines in you that through training over time, through doing this sport over time, I just realized I was changing as a person in terms of my character, my habits, the ability for me to make decisions in life itself. Not just like the sport, but also it helps you improve on what you do in your everyday life. I'm more focused. I'm more set in chasing goals. It instilled the never say die in me attitude. Like, I can have things like I was a quitter last time probably. Like, I see things that are too hard and then I'll just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna like give up. But, Muay Thai has just taught me so much from being a person with resilience, and having that determination that you need to push through to get what is done. Yeah, and it did help me in many areas other than fitness part, also in being, I would say, being a person that helps you with you can actually feel the change that goes through you over time. You might not see yourself so soon, but other people will start coming to tell you, oh bro, like, ever since you did this sport, like I've seen you grow so much from being a person like this to the person you are now. Yeah, so it definitely did help me a lot for sure. I'm thankful for it. I would do it all over again if I could. I wish I started younger also. It's not a very late, I didn't start at a very late age, but I wish like I got into it as soon as I could. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the age of 15, right? Then you got the cool guys at Evolve. Then you get your first fight. How was the mentality like? Does it make you like a sort of more known in school?
Honestly, not really. But the bullying did stop though.
Scared.
That's for sure.
How do you find out?
Takut.
You shadow box in the toilet.
No, not really. Like I was just. Yeah, no,
everything's like, why?
Every day. I was hanging out with friends, and like every day after school, usually we always hang out at like few spots around the school area, or maybe last time our school, I was from St. Pat's. So yeah, man, you know St. Pat's before of patricians. We got a infamous for the wrong reasons probably. But yeah,
like Ridhwan in Yishun, nah.
Ghetto, bro, ghetto.
Yeah, Yishun is famous for like so many reasons, man. Yeah, so we would hang out we would always hang out after school and stuff. And then there was this period of time where my friends just like found that after school I would just rush off to somewhere. I was always going to training after school, and they found that like everyone sees that we don't see him after school every day. But from there they just realized like, oh, I told them like, oh, I just started training at this place called Evolve. It's pretty cool. Like I just did Muay Thai, and they're like, the typical mats like, oh, dude, fighter, so Muay Thai.
Fighters.
Then you never hang your gloves on your back.
Oh no, I don't do that, man. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know people that do that. I'm not.
Is it okay to do that? Because Iman will do that.
Okay, I'm not going to call out anyone in particular, but okay, hanging your gloves outside your bag is still fine to me, but I've seen guys that freaking wrap their hands and walk.
I was just about to say that. People go for a run so they do that.
Yeah.
You guys think that is bad. Adib is right now at home with his hands wrapped to do a podcast. I'm sorry, Adit. Please do not play the edit of this video.
But so you're from a boys' school. Does fighting make you a bit more famous among the girls?
Does it make you the man?
Because we fought in the same event before, if you remember.
I remember.
And I was the freaking main event.
Yeah.
And next time, can you please tell them to stay and watch me fight?
Wait, but
just the girls lah, just the girls. The abing one can go.
No. Listen. Okay.
But I remember your fight had quite a lot of people, right? Like
quite a lot. But yours quite a lot. Yeah, Iman, don't exaggerate. It's a lot. But yours is more. Like why?
No, definitely not.
Hang on. Let's hear it from a fan's perspective, right? So I've gone to almost all of one.
You're not a fan, bro. You're a hater. You're a mind hater.
Usually it's to laugh at him, and eventually, like one day when he gets knocked out, I want to be there to laugh at him, lah. You know what I mean? So that was I think it was the first time. Oh, was it the second event that you fought for KBS one? Was it the first or second? I cannot remember.
Which day was it?
I don't know which. I completely forgot. But I know
where Muay Thai and boxing mix.
Yes, that's when there was.
Okay,
I think it's the second one.
The second. Oh, is it the one that I fought for the WMO belt, the title?
I believe so.
Yeah, then is it the Star Wars day?
No. I think it was. You already won the belt, I think, by then.
Oh, then maybe it's the third fight I fought with a guy from Monarchy MMA, which is a Malaysian guy.
Yeah. I think it was something like. But all I know is that when I first.
You don't care about the fight. You just
I don't care. I've said this before. Right? So like before that, one was fighting, indoor stadium, Suntec, whatever lah. So that was the first time that he actually fought. I think it was the first time I attended when he fought for KBS. So I was like, okay, so it's a lot smaller venue, right? But then I went in, I was like, hey, but the crowd's not bad, man. And somehow like, hey, there's a lot of like good looking people here. And I was there with Adit, and I was like, Adit, why? I'm not too sure, man. And then before the boxing cut happened, it was all the Muay Thai. The Muay Thai cut happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were just sitting there, and it's like, yeah, it's quite a good crowd, man. It was brilliant. I mean, like, the fights were brilliant, the crowd was brilliant, the view was brilliant, and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, well, I can see like why, maybe it's kind of cool that even though Ridhwan this is no criticism to KBX, but he fought from indoor stadium. He goes down to where the KBS events are held. And it's like, yeah, it's not that much different in terms of fans. But then it's like the crowd started building up, and then you came in, and then you fought. And I remembered you because like you had tattoos and stuff like that. And then I was like, like this guy called for fighters. He got angkor. And then like more people started coming in. I was like, oh, I guess this is like the main event for the Muay Thai
fights. Yeah.
And then you put out a great show, and then we acknowledge that, okay, like this guy really fighters. I mean, like he quite good. And then it's like, okay, now the boxing card starts. Like we're getting pumped up because that's what we came to watch, right? The boxing card. And then it's like 3/4 of the crowd left after the Muay Thai card. I was like,
I didn't know. I mean, I left after my fight, straight away. But I did watch the live on Facebook though, because I wanted to.
Even he didn't stay lah. You expect the girls to stay.
Yeah. I was like, why is at first I asked why.
Somehow he's free. He's already fighter. He can watch free. Also, he will stay.
The first question I had was like, why is the boxing crowd so not as good looking as the Muay Thai crowd? And then now it's just like, okay, why do people watch Muay Thai more than people watch boxing in Singapore?
I mean the wrong sport.
Yeah, give us the answer, Mr. Showman.
Ridhwan, have you ever tried like doing Muay Thai, like just training?
I did teach Muay Thai for kids class before.
Wow.
But it was a lot of years ago. But I wasn't the head coach. Like I was just assisting. I was helping Terrence. he's also fighting. He was fighting back then, but then now I think he's moved to Australia and all that. So I don't know whether anybody knows him or remember him. But yeah, no, I never did any. I only did one Muay Thai sparring before, and I kick air lah, basically. Shadow, a lot of shadow kick.
Did you kick kids though? Were you kicking kids?
No, not yet. They were getting on my nerves though.
Okay. Now, Deon, let's pick up on the whole like showmanship thing and how you're nicknamed the Gambit. Like, you put on a show and I watch you fight. So to tell, and now I get to know that you like being in that spotlight. You know, you kind of enjoy and reel in it. Tell us more about that nickname and why is it that you enjoy being in the spotlight and putting on a show so much?
Yeah, growing up, I've watched, I followed the sport, and the ones that always captivated me, the ones that always attracted me, are the guys that you can say they're always loud, but at the same time, there's a fine, this is very subjective also. When there are some people that consider these fighters as cocky, but when you are in the sport itself, you will see them as being confident. For me, fighters like McGregor, Prince Nassim, all these. Yeah. I've even boxing I've watched from Prince Nassim to the old timers and Ali. All these guys. They're loud. They speak. They might sound cocky to people fans that watch the sport, but when you as a practitioner or you as a martial artist you're in the sport doing what they do as well, you know that you have to have that kind of character to, you believe in yourself, you believe that you can be the best out there, like sometimes it's good to be vocal about yourself also. I feel that a lot of people they know that they can do it, but they're just not confident enough in voicing out for themselves. They let other people's opinions or views put them down or stop them from saying what they truly feel about themselves. It's something very important to me. That's why I feel sometimes I like to be in the ring. I'm still learning. I still have so much. There's still a long way for me. I have so much more to learn. But I've always wanted to be on that stage. I don't want to be just someone that puts up a fight. I want my guys to come down and be entertained. I want my friends, my family, the fans to come down and watch the fight and know that this guy, he might not, even if I'm like, to be honest, one day everyone will definitely lose someday. No one's going to stay undefeated forever, especially in this sport. Stop
it, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. You're definitely going to meet someone stronger than you one day, but it's about putting on that show for the people around you when they come down and watch. Even if you're having you're in a losing fight, but you know that this guy, he can fucking move. He knows how to get us off our seats. That's the kind of vibe, and that's the kind of the kind of approach I want to bring to nowadays. Like people don't like to see as a normal fan. Even yesterday I was at my friend's house. We were watching the One Championship fight in Bangkok. Okay, and all of us were watching, and honestly, the fights I enjoyed it a lot because, we saw it on our martial artist point of eyes, kind of thing. But when it comes to normal spectators, they'll be like, hey, what is this guy doing? Like, why are they hugging each other so much? Why they just like, like, it doesn't look like it hurt that much. But to me, it's like, dude, like if you stand on there and try and bang for like 3 minutes, right, I bet you just shut the hell up. That kind of thing. And sometimes you need, as a martial artist, you need a bit more of a flair to captivate these people's eyes. You need something unique, which is what I'm trying to work on. I'm still not perfect at it for sure. I still have so much to do, but that's the kind of vibe I want to give out. I want people to, when they hear like my name on the card, they know that it's going to be a good fight. They know that it's going to be.
So are you like a flashy kind of fighter or what? Because Muay Thai is it's very different from boxing. I mean, the press con, I don't know whether they have any press conference or not.
No, we don't.
And that's why they don't talk. And so when you say showmanship in Muay Thai, what does that mean? It's like the way you fight, like Chris Nassim?
The way I fight, definitely the way I fight. Showmanship can be like, some people would view that as cocky in the ring and stuff, but for me, I see it as having fun.
Hands
this
down,
is how,
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sometimes hands down, sometimes like talking to the guy while you're fighting, that kind of thing, or flashy, really flashy moves and stuff. So I mean, watching in Muay Thai, watching like the GOAT, like Senchai, watching all the top guys from this era and even the last era, they dance, they evade a kick, and then they do a little dance. They smile. There's a persona. They give off a very unique persona. And this is something that I believe not all fighters can carry, because it's character. This one it boils down to your character. If you're just a guy that can fight, but you don't have that charisma, then it's different. You need to be able to. I mean, that's why growing up, like I said, I've always been. Always wanted to be a performer, and I guess through Muay Thai was like an outlet for me to express out, that character, which was being myself, having fun. Of course, it hurts. Like when you do it, it hurts. Like you get punched in the face, you still have to like fake that smile,
bro.
Yeah, like sudah, bro. That kind of thing. Yeah, it hurts, but like I enjoy it so much, man.
I like how you actually enjoy and embrace this part, because it seems like you are trying to bring, ordinary fans or people onlookers like into it also through like, your showmanship, because people don't really, normal fans don't really appreciate the technical side of it as much.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
They really like when somebody like has a lot of flair and stuff like that. But sometimes it goes too far, right? I mean, I know this one boxer who like gave a pillow to his opponent, and then he lost his opponent. Yeah.
For sure. Sometimes, like when you showboat, you have to make sure you can back it up.
Yeah, what?
He doesn't realize you're
What's the boxing?
But for me,
do you showboat, Ridhwan? Like, do you actually showboat, or like
the guy who gave the pillow to his opponent? He lost.
Oh, is it?
Basket, I asked for the pillow back, never gives. Yeah. Luckily I give second hand one.
Okay, but in all defense, to be honest, like if I see a guy showboat, and if even if he loses at the end of the day, if the mutual respect is given after the fight, I don't see any problems with it. Sometimes you need the hype to make the fight sellable.
Yeah,
you need the hype to make people get interested in the fight.
Yeah, actually my main goal for that fight was a world title fight. And I mean, I've always wanted the attention to Singapore boxing. Not many people know about the fight until I brought that pillow. So I mean, goal achieved, but I failed in bringing back the belt. But I somehow like it made the news in Africa, in Singapore, and people know about the fight because of the pillow.
Matter. I mean, like these are probably the stuff that people remember you for, and I even in I think MMA stare-downs are the best, because people have the antiques and stuff. And so I've always watched it, but to be honest, I feel, I don't know, if y'all didn't know, I'm like a diehard McGregor fan, just to put it out for everyone. Like he's one guy that also changed
the game.
Yeah, he changed the game. He changed me. He gave me a new perception on looking at how at this sport as a career, like, he can be cocky and stuff, yes, but people don't see the kind of mindset he has, and actually
the struggles.
The struggles, they don't see the kind of mentality he brings to the fight game, to his goals, to what he wants to achieve. Man, like, his work ethic when he trains for a fight and everything is crazy, man. And I read up a lot of documentaries, and I watch a lot of documentaries, and I read up a lot of stuff about him and even going into that mental work, like self-actualization. How you actually mentally convince yourself that you can be this thing if you visualize it every day, which is true. It does happen, and I've always believed in this theory after following his shows and his documentaries, and I realized, like, I used it in my training, I used it in my routine, and I realized, like, it really does work. When you really wake up every day and tell yourself, like, I'm going to be the best one day. I'm going to be the best one day. You can actually feel that it's a chain reaction. Like, everything you do, it will come back to it. Yeah, from waking up to early, to heading to the gym, to setting your daily tasks.
Manifest your thoughts into actions.
Yes, manifesting your thoughts. So
okay, Deon, what's your weight class that you fight in for Muay Thai?
Right now, actually the belt that I fought for was lightweight, which was 58.9. But now they're dropping. Yeah, same weight. You're fighting at 50.
Oh, so can fight.
Oh, yeah.
Since nobody wants to organize a fight and stuff like that, how about the Wan Man Show do an exhibition between Wan and
we can do a void deck style.
Mike Tyson can fight Roy Jones, what?
I don't mind. We can do a void deck style fight.
As long as we get paid. Now we friends first. Once we sign contract, then we talk shit.
There's some money on the table. Like,
so you're saying you can go down the weight class to fight in Muay Thai?
No, right. I was actually fighting at 58.9, but due to some changes from the World Muay Thai Organization rule set, now the belt that I'm defending for is a featherweight, which is 58 and down below. Yeah, so but it's just 900 grams difference.
But can you still make it?
Yeah, I still can make it. My first fight when I fought in KBX was 58, and then gradually it was 58.9 until recently they changed it, so I had to fight at 58. But
what's your weight class now? What's your walking weight now?
My walking weight, wow, it varies, man.
66?
I would say, if I were to put it on average, that's 65, 66. But if you're talking about bulking season, or like when I'm eating a little bit more than I should, probably like 68. Yeah, that's the most 68. The usually it's the 4 days after the fight. That's when I'm at my heaviest. I think the heaviest I put on was day of the weigh-ins. I was 58.58. After the fight, within 3 days, when I was in Bangkok, I jumped to 73.
Wow, what were you eating, man? Because you seldom see fat people in Bangkok.
Yeah.
All the strippers.
I was shocked because when I stood on the weighing scale,
Pattaya style.
Yeah, man, 58 to 73. That's like 14 to 15 kg in like 4 or 5 days.
The scale wrong lah, rosak lah, bro. The scale is in Thai. So it's.
But would you say you're the best Muay Thai fighter now in Singapore? After you talk about confidence, McGregor and stuff like that.
No, I would say that I believe that I can be the best. I don't want to take anything away from anyone. I feel that there's so many guys in the scene, the local scene right now that are climbing up. They're actually doing it's different compared to like 10 years ago when you see you can compare the scene from maybe 2010 to now. It's definitely got a lot more popular over the years. After one championship came out, and guys are just picking up the sport for leisure and then turn into a job for them. So definitely, there are a lot of talented guys out there. You know,
Such a diplomatic answer.
Yeah, that's not Conor McGregor at all, man. It's just there, like, I'm the best.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna give them pillows, all of them, like one does.
Okay, I know Iman doesn't know this guy, but do you know Brendan?
Baden.
Baden. Is it Brendan or Baden?
Everybody acknowledges him as Baden.
Okay, Baden. Yeah. You know him? Is he your friend?
Yeah. Acquaintance, I guess.
Acquaintance.
I mean, he knows who I am. I know who he is. We haven't really had much to exchange about, but I mean, he's definitely one of the
top guys, right?
Definitely.
He's got the WBC Asian belt, I think.
Yeah, the WBC national. He and Win. Yeah, so like he's definitely one of the I would say, in my opinion, he's probably right now the most experienced guy in the local scene. You know, he's
controversial also. He likes to voice his thoughts on IG stories and stuff.
Oh yeah, man. I've seen a lot. Like I've seen a lot.
Oh,
of things. Like yeah, I mean, I think that is probably one of his selling points. You'd say.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like, him having to voice out about things that one thing I really can say like I respect him for is he's straightforward. You know, if he doesn't like you, he'll just tell you in the face, like, you know, I don't fucking like you. You know, I can see that he's a guy that has no hidden intentions. You know, he just lets it out when he wants to. You know, but no, nothing against the guy. I think he's one of the right now. He's one of the biggest prospects, I would say, for our country. And to me, I personally want the local scene to grow together because we're such a small country, man, 6 to 7 million people, you know, and to have a Muay Thai scene like this, my dream actually is not only to represent Singapore. I want to see my fellow countrymen sharing on the same stage with me, fighting in the biggest the pinnacle of the sport. You know, so I guess that's why you can see like rivalries or rivalries in this country isn't as much as, you know, it should be. Yeah. Because, you know, I mean, we're already so small. If the more feuds and grudges you get with each other.
Yeah. So should the top two guys in same weight class in Singapore should fight each other or no? I mean, in Muay Thai.
Oh, not in boxing, is it what?
Let's say Baden is in your weight class right now. Do you think? Okay, Baden, we're not fighting with you, just to get it clear. But let's say he is in your weight class. Somebody like him is in your weight class. Some people say he's the best. Some people say you're the best. Do you think they should fight? Because Singapore's so small, what?
Straight up. Like I'll take any fight, man. Like it doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter when. Yeah, I'll take it up. Like for sure. Like we don't we don't have to even talk numbers. Right now, like, you know, all the local fighters, we don't get paid as much as yeah, but you know, maybe this guy might be better than me. Maybe another guy might be better than me. But I think that's the whole point of being a fighter, right? You actually look for challenges.
Some fighters look for legacy. Some people look for money and reasons to run away.
I feel like building a legacy should actually include doing something that's challenging to you. There's no legacy to be built if it's easy, right?
True. That's a great attitude to have, man. I mean, look, the only reason why one likes to word it that way is because he's trying. You know, ever since he's become the number 2 pound for pound boxer in Singapore, he's itching to get back number 1, right?
Well, but
because some boxers are also runners in part time, as in runner in the field, not in the track, but run away from real challenges. So just saying, back to you, Deon.
Yeah, but I did see his one of his stories where he actually mentioned you. He dropped you a shout out like on the official rankings, which no disrespect to Hamza. I think Hamza is a great guy.
Who is that?
Okay, like
he's a good guy.
Say names here, Deon.
I've seen
straight into the spicy stuff.
I mean, I've seen his posts about you guys and stuff, and I feel honestly, personally, to me, like I haven't followed all your fights, so I'm in no position to say anything. But I feel sometimes it's hard, number one or number two at the end of the day, like you're on top, and to me, rankings
Number two is not on top.
Well,
okay. So I just want to say
Can you stop before I kick you out of this podcast? You stop your bullshit right now.
Number two is to be number. Well, if I told my mom I was number two in class when I was studying, she would freaking be jumping with joy, man. But back then, if I told her I was number two, there would only be 3 people in the class, probably.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, too bad. If there's 3 people in the class, one would still be number 4.
I had people tell me like, okay, like jiu-jitsu, again, nothing against jiu-jitsu guys, but I had people come and tell me like, oh bro, I want gold in the division. How many people were there? Oh, nobody competed, just me. So I got the medal. Yeah, there are stuff like that also. Like, when you don't have anyone competing, you get a gold medal straight. I wish in Muay Thai was like that. People will be getting belts. A lot of belts there.
In boxing in Southeast Asia in the SEA Games, right? Like one had like maybe 2 competitors in the last SEA Games and he still won bronze.
My God, only 2, like 5 or 6.
What, defensive are you? You
not
become
defensive,
a defensive fighter now. All right, let's get back on track with all this jibes and jabs. What you better behave yourself, yeah. Not only are you the number 2 pound for pound boxer in Singapore, you're also number 2 in this podcast. Okay, I'm still number 1. Before I kick you out, you better behave yourself now.
I'm number 1. It's my name, Wan, the Wan Man Show. My name came first.
Don't create trouble for both me and Deon especially. Deon, I think it's before we picked up on the more Muay Thai stuff. I think it's cool that you picked up on Conor McGregor and how he, people look at him as a villain right now, right? Because he's rich and he likes to talk shit, and apparently like there's videos of him getting drunk and abusing people and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Conor McGregor's story, it started when he was on a welfare check for longest time, just working out before he eventually became what he is today. And, just the fact that he started from there just proves that, visualizing it and making training can make things come true. Because I remember like even in his first few UFC fights, he was already the way he is. He was already calling out Dana for like bonuses and stuff like that, and saying that he wants to do this and do that and stuff like that. The other thing I want to point out is that I thought your favorite MMA fighter would have been John Jones, because I know you guys have the same tattoo.
Oh yeah. I mean, back then when I first started watching John Jones, he was fighting who's that? Stephen Bonner. Like that was his first few fights in the UFC, and like straight away I called out on Facebook on my status. I said one day this guy is going to be a light heavyweight champion. I knew so sure, because his style was so unorthodox. It was so hard to read him, and he had every attribute of being a champion. Well, other than
understand those legs,
and other than smacking some coke, he has that. You just have it when you see someone, that they have that thing, that there's this thing in them that.
Hey, when you see me,
I think you're a champion.
You didn't see me. You went home.
Oh my God, he's so butthurt. He's so butthurt.
But yeah, man, like even Ridhwan, like when I first started the sport, also the first few local people that I knew was him, because back then there weren't like many serious boxers like him. He was one of the guys that was already put on the map, and people knew who he is. I think he paved the way for he did a big part in paving the way for the local boxing scene today. like I guess you could say like you inspired, like the old guys, the OG guys, inspired the new generation to pursue this sport as a career.
Yeah,
For me, I looked up to Zigzag from
man.
He when I was young, watching the Contender was like one of the few show. It was one of the few shows that I watched. I can tell you every episode, right? Which fight happened and what freaking challenges they do and what topics they talk about. That was how many times I watched the show. Every year I will watch the Contender Asia without fail. I watched it like I think a good 30 to 40 times already. It's like the same thing I can watch over and over again. That's how inspiring
no
it was.
wonder you couldn't excel in class, dude. You were spending way too much time on the TV.
Bro, like I'm not even shy to say this, but I got 41 points for my O levels. I don't even know how people can do that bad. But
you got the exact same score as 1. Congrats, guys.
Huh? No way. Serious, you got 41 points also.
He thought the higher the better lah.
Yeah, I actually thought the higher the better.
So he purposely...
You got 41 points for your O levels also.
No.
I thought you had me. I thought I had you beat.
But what's your education path though?
Yeah.
So what's your education path after secondary school?
That's all, man. Like,
that's all.
Yeah, or N levels. I didn't even make it to Sec 5 because of my SEMPEDs. You needed and to pass 5 subjects. I passed 4. So I had my mom had to find a private school for me to take my O's.
Okay.
Yeah, and back then she told me I had to stop training. I had to stop fighting because this was it's going to be expensive. She need me to do well. But yeah, until today, Mom, if you're looking at this in the future, I'm sorry. I really fucked it up. It was 41 points, man. Like, I tell you, if I paid like $8,000 to $10,000 for my son to study in a private school and he got 41 points, I would beat the shit out of him. So
that's the main reason he did Muay Thai, just in case Gambit.
Yeah, so really like, I until today I still want to repay my mom for that. Like, ain't cheap, man. Like $10,000 to like 8 to 10,000 for a private cert, and then your son comes home with like 41 points. You kind of want to give up.
But what other jobs have you done? Sorry, but
no, you go.
I was just gonna ask, like, what jobs have you done, like leading up to this Muay Thai dream, like before, like you get to fight professionally. And you're a trainer now, right? So before all this happens, what have you been doing?
It was mostly F&B. I did F&B when I came up. Actually, I grew up in the F&B industry. My dad was a caterer, so I grew up like seeing him in the factory, in the kitchen a lot and stuff. And then even school holidays, I would help him out at the factory doing like catering stuff, delivering and all. But when I finished NS, I decided to look for a part-time job, which was that F&B. I started off with like as a service staff to a bar back, washing glasses, and then from there it went on to, and I guess you can say that F&B was it was benefiting me, but it was also kind of toxic for me. That's why I kind of decided to stop, because I from being in the F&B industry as a service staff, I went on to running bars as a supervisor, as a manager, and then from there I started promoting at clubs. I was working at Bang Bang as a promoter. I was working for this company, Massive, and then we were doing promoting at different clubs and stuff. And then did Deliveroo also as a food rider. Like I was doing delivery, and then from there I saved up money and then decided to start my own bar. So I opened my own bar and I did it for a year.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, along that period when I was doing F&B, I was doing street magic also. That's why they call me the Gambit, because
he's a magician.
Yeah, I'm a street magician. So like
just to get phone number man.
It is. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's a chick magnet for sure. But the main reason why I did it was because like my dad loved doing it when I was younger. But he did it to me. I was always the guinea pig, and I was always the one that he would perform and ask me if I could catch it. but 99% of the time he would fail, or like it was like dad tricks, it was like dad jokes kind of thing. Like you can see it. So he thought,
sorry, but Ridhwan cannot relate.
oh shit.
No, wait. My father is a magician.
Oh really?
Yeah, because he disappeared.
He disappeared. He didn't want to come back.
Oh shit.
Okay, back to the story. Now Deon feels awkward.
Okay. No, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I'm comfortable with these kind of jokes because I have friends that go even further than that.
So your magic is like limited to card tricks or what?
No, I do a street magic from anything from cards. Cards are like the bread and butter, definitely. But from cards to everyday objects to things that you find anywhere, like handphones, wallets, and
underwear.
Last time I was doing, bro, I can come up with a
underwear disappear,
including an underwear, stuff like that. So magicians, we have to be creative, and you can practice one trick for like 4 hours just for one trick, and to actually get it right. And back then when I was doing FMB, I was I picked up magic along the way. My dad did it to me when I was young, but I always take the trick and I always do it to him and show him how it's done. And he realized, like, dude, like, why don't you pursue magic? Like, you can actually, you're pretty good at it. And I thought, like, I had fun doing it, and I liked seeing the reaction of people's faces when you go like, what the fuck, bro? How do you do it? Can you do it again and stuff? Yeah. So
have you been paid? Have you been paid before?
Yeah, I did. I was doing like gigs and small shows, and people would invite me for like birthday parties and stuff, and I would do it like for like an hour or two for a paid gig. Yeah, so it was a pretty good experience. I did it for about 2 years, and then of course but it got to me when like everywhere I go, like
people just want to see you for the magic.
Yeah. Like, dude, like I want to have a conversation with you, bro. My friend, show my friend a trick first. I'm like, and the thing about magic is it has to happen
naturally.
Naturally. The element of surprise, unexpectedly. So that's where I like to like pop it out of a surprise. But people will be like, bro, you gotta show this guy a trick. Dude, he's a freaking good magician. And I'm just there like, I came here for like dinner, and I have nothing on me. But that's one thing about being a magician also. You have to be ready all the time. You have to stay ready, man.
Wow, so, you sound like a public servant, man. Policeman, firefighter.
those David Blaine, David Copperfield magic shows, right? They do magic on the screen.
I think I can be Johnny Sins, right? Astronaut, firefighter,
doctor, what can?
That one is one's idol, dude. But I think there is still a way for you to still do magic. I can just imagine, if you have a face-off with your opponent, before the fight, and you just fuck up his mind, man. Just do a magic trick in front of him. Make his underwear disappear, or like his corner man disappear or something.
Yeah, well, I had suggestions also. Like people, like some friends that told me, like before, like in the bigger promotions, when you actually do face off with people and there's like an audience, do something that you used to love doing, which is magic. I mean, I still love magic, but I just I do it once in a while for fun to friends, but it's not like anything serious anymore, But yeah, if the opportunity calls for it, definitely. And also because, I think the name Gambit really stuck with me when I realized like it's not just about the X-Men character Gambit, but it's also about, there's a meaning to Gambit, which is taking advantage of taking risk. I think it's me, like I'm like a risk taker. Like the odds can be like 100 to 1 against me. I'll still take it. I'm a gambler basically. So yeah, I gambled a lot. Like when I was young, like we can Chinese New Year, we can play gambling like blackjack, baccarat, all that kind of thing. I can play with my friends so much to the point where 7 a.m. we still don't want to go home. We would walk to the car park when he was going to drive home ready from his house to the car park. We walk, bro, you want to see this? We were still on one hand $10. Like, yeah. scissors paper stone all the way to the car park, I won $200 just by scissors paper stone. That's how crazy I had the mindset when it comes to gambling. So yeah, I lost a lot, but I learned a lot as well. And then from there, I play poker now, a lot of poker. So Texas Hold'em is like the game that I'm really into. I use it as a side income for me as well. It's a very unpredictable side income because there's a lot of things to study in the game, which I'm still learning. But yeah, it keeps me active also. So poker is one game that actually keeps my brain active mentally. Like how fighters have all sorts of way to keep their brain active. Like if you see Lomachenko, like after he finishes his training, he'll go for his
numbers thing.
Yeah, his numbers games and his like puzzles. There's one thing that actually keeps I feel mental is just as equally important as your physical work. If you can take care of your body physically, but you can't take care of it mentally, it's going to get to you one day or so.
Yeah. Now, we haven't, we've been shooting the shit. We've been entertaining, but we haven't been touching much about the Muay Thai scene in Singapore here.
Mm-hmm.
But in your opinion, the normal consensus that I hear is that if you want to be good in Muay Thai, you have to go to Thailand. You have to go train in Thailand because that's where the sport is born, right? And that's how you train to become better. That's why there's so many fighters, all over the world in Thailand and stuff like that. Now, you've been talking about how the scene here in Singapore has grown and stuff like that. Do you think that there's still a need for majority of a fight camp to be in Thailand? Or, do you think we have the people and also the facilities here these days?
Yeah, here's what I believe. If you have that work ethic, the same work ethic wherever you go, it doesn't matter where you train. But of course, the training in Thailand does have its advantages. You're living the Thai style life, and I would say you're getting a lot more. Sometimes you're getting a lot more pet holders. You're getting a lot more sparring partners. You're getting a lot more experience from many people who train there, and the lifestyle there you live. You wake up in a camp. Like when I stay in the camp, I was training at Sang Mani's gym. So Sang Mani is my number one idol for Muay Thai. He signed to one championship like just quite recently, and he had a couple of fights. And I trained at his gym, so we would like stay in the camp, wake up in the morning, go for a 10-click run, and then come back to the gym, followed by like pad work, shadow boxing, and sparring and conditioning. All in all, take like almost 3 hours per session. Oh. Yeah, so it's like 6 hours a day at the camp, 3 hours in the morning, and then 3 hours in the evening. And I felt like living that lifestyle was even though it was tiring, it was so fulfilling for me. I felt so happy doing it. I felt good getting my ass kicked by Thai guys every day. It was quite the experience. So definitely it does help, but at the end of the day, it doesn't. The most important thing you have to have is your training, your attitude towards training. You can have the best environment, you can have the best trainers, you can have the best gym, the best equipment, but if you don't give your 100%, if your attitude is like half fuck mentality, you're not going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. So I believe everything boils down to the individual itself. How much are you willing to put in? How much are you willing to sacrifice? Yeah. So I would love to train in Thailand. Like I would love to live in Thailand if I could. That's definitely the mecca of the sport. You get to have the experience you need. You fight, and the fights there are easy to get. You can basically just pick up a phone and do a phone call. Like within a few days, you can be up on a card and ready to fight. So yeah, I mean, it does have its benefits, I would say.
One?
I think I'm just thinking I like the fact that Muay Thai, Thailand is so close to us. It's like the home for Muay Thai fighters. And for us, I mean, for Muay Thai fighters in the region, I mean, people from all over the world, from Europe, are all flying to Thailand just to get genuine Muay Thai training.
Yeah.
And the expenses are, I mean, affordable, much more affordable. I won't say cheap, but like much more affordable than here. So I guess the biggest sacrifice would be like to be time away from family and all that. So I mean, like for boxing, you have to go so far, and it's gonna like cost so much. So I just wish that we had like a Vegas in Southeast Asia. Like I guess Thailand is the Vegas for Muay Thai.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I've always dreamed about retiring there with like living there. You know, like Bangkok was honestly like I would choose
Singaporean
Bangkok.
wife or Thai wife?
That is
Open for discussion.
Yeah, subjective. But I mean, as on now, like I'm attached. So
Oh, okay.
You're getting him into trouble, dude. What the?
yeah, I think
No, I give him like
this is
good.
my girlfriend. She's like,
Where?
yeah.
Kepo. Good answer, bro.
Yeah, but either way, can.
But what's your goal? What's your goal? Like, you know, like boxers, we have like, okay, I want the WBC, IBF, WBO, WBA.
Yeah.
And it's all like recorded. It's all in the system. And you know, the Muay Thai is just some random guy, just the name just come up. Like, Yeo Seng Kai fought yesterday and then he lost to some other guy which I don't know. And it's like,
yeah, I'm for me right now. I would say, I wanna basically in the local scene. You know, I'm definitely still looking to fight a few more guys before moving on to the bigger stadiums in Bangkok. I mean, we're looking at currently me and my guys, we're looking at Super Champ or Max Muay Thai, the two popular promotions in Thailand right now. So for now, definitely we'll see what KBX can bring up for me. And also, you know, this is not calling out game. I mean, respect to Win. You know, I think Win's a great guy. You know, he's a cardio machine.
cool. Winyo.
Yeah, Win. Yeah, so he's
Not bad, you know.
Yeah, he's a good guy. You know, I didn't speak to him much before, but definitely.
No need to talk. Just fight.
Yeah, I have my eyes on the WBC belt for sure. You know, the green belt, like I've been eyeing it for quite a while. So yeah, maybe we'll see what happens like down the road after the, you know, COVID settled down and fight promotions can start coming up here. No, we haven't. Yeah, probably this is the first time I put it out. I've mentioned it to some people also, but right now, yeah, like it's just about getting fights in. You know, when the time is right, I really do want a shot at fighting wins for that belt, and then we'll move on to Bangkok. You know, I'm looking at just going to the Muay Thai circuit in Bangkok, and I'll fight for as long as I can. Like, you know,
before you fight this Win guy, I'm gonna go talk to Willie, the promoter for KBX. I'm gonna get him to make
exhibition fight.
No.
Between you two, I'm a referee. I'm
gonna get him to make your fight the main event. Mine is a co-main event. So your people will have to watch me. You must I force feed them.
Yeah, but
we have to do that.
Yeah,
then on my back, I'm gonna airbrush. Follow tcw.legends.
To be honest,
your followers not bad, sir.
Oh, okay. Because like I have quite a lot of supportive friends, I would say. So like I'm really grateful for it. Usually when there's a fight, you know, like there will be people that will come to me and share like, bro, I saw your poster. Like, just let me know when's the dates. Like, I'm ready to buy the tickets. You know, that's that's the kind of people that I really appreciate having. You know, there are. We have to sell tickets also, you know, but sometimes like, you know, when you're excited, when you want people to come watch a fight, you reach out to them and there's like the first class, the first tier, second tier and the third tier. So the first tier ones are the ones that are like, bro, saw your post. Don't even need to approach them. Bro, saw your post. Like, let me know when I can transfer you the money to get tickets. See you on your fight. That's the first tier one. Second tier one is like reach out there, hey bro, come for my fight. Like it'll be an awesome fight. Like you have fun. Okay, I'll get back to you. A few days later, you get back. Okay, bro, how much are the tickets? I come. Second tier. Third tier one, hey bro, wow, like come on my fight. It's gonna be awesome. And then the guy will be like, I don't know, I'll see how. And then after that, like when they say, okay, bro, I come. On the day itself, never show up.
Iman is fourth tier. Ask for free, never mind. Ask for one more free one.
Then come, but then leave before your fight.
Yeah, basket. Then finish my fight. The first thing he said, the guy fight, they have a lot of chicks. They never talk about my knockout, nothing. Talk, the Deon guy, the supporter, the chicks, so many.
Honestly, I think, okay, to be fair, like the girls that were supporting were mostly from New Fit also.
Yeah, I see a lot of celebrities training there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because of you.
No, definitely not. I'm no celebrity. Sorry. But I think a lot of the guys that are training, a lot of people that comes to New Fit, they're all from all walks of life. You know, we've got people that are in the media and in events industry. So I guess that's where you like get the word of mouth, and then people start to come. You know, you see like a few notable names would be Sandra, you know, and Narelle. They're from Sam Willows, and then we got like the Kin class also, Aaron Mozadek and stuff like that, and also Faz. You know, all these guys, Faka Faz and
Chef Bob.
Guys. Yeah, Chef Bob also comes, and Chef Bob he's making great progress. You know, he came in.
Yeah, man.
He actually started coming in very consistently, and you know he's lost so much weight and he's looking good. Yeah.
All right. Well. Speaking about looking good, I think Deon, you've been looking good on this podcast. It's been an honor to have you on it.
Have fun. It was so much fun.
We've really enjoyed having you with us. But just so you know, the next time I come up with you, I'm asking for a magic trick for sure. Even if it's right after your fight.
No, we're just gonna get him live. I'm hoping to do this again with you, Deon, live, and then hopefully he has a fight coming up. Then we be in the middle. Then Deon, then we hype it up.
I'm looking forward.
Then we're gonna spoil out with asking a magic trick.
But I think it's great that you want to settle business here in Singapore first before you go and explore Bangkok. You know. Not a lot of people in the fight sport industry want to settle things in Singapore themselves. Hint, or Ridhwan should know who that is.
A few.
But it's good to settle your scores and settle business here before you move on to bigger things. I think that's great. And I think it's also great that we actually have somebody who, you know, I think you're one of the few people that we have on who actually embrace that limelight that you're in, and you know, you want to grow in it and you enjoy being in it and stuff like that. You know, that's very like Ridhwan like, and it's also, you know, it's also a new age fighter. Being a new age fighter, you know, that's how you get, you know, asses on the seats and stuff like that, and sell tickets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, we're really proud to have you as a champ on the show, since Ridhwan is no longer a champ. So yeah, we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. We hope that
Thank you so much, man.
does happen. And if it happens, we hope that it'll be the main event, and hopefully Ridhwan will become the co-main event, because that will make...
I don't want to pay for tickets. I want free if I will fight.
that will make your fans stay on, and that will also make me have one more thing to tease Ridhwan about, you know, other than the fact that he lives below a void deck. It's been great, Deon. I hope, you know, you continue to have that mentality where you want to do this to, you know, show the world, like Singapore as a small nation, you know, we can still produce Muay Thai champions and stuff like that. That's very in line into what we are doing here, you know. You know, we're such a small country and stuff like that, but we have a fight podcast, you know, we got thousands of listeners now, which is great. So yeah, I mean, we hope you continue fighting and continue gambling stuff in the ring, and not gamble away your O-level results. worst report I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I'm gonna only say that like when we're online and not face to face, just in case you elbow me. So yeah, thank you again for being on the show. This is your chance now. You're on the spotlight. Give all the shout outs you want to give out.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Like, I'm definitely like this. I've actually never done a fight podcast, so this would be the first. And I'm looking forward for more to come. I hope there'll be a part 2 someday.
Yeah. This is a bit more general for people to know who you are as a person, like what you do outside of the ring. But then soon, I think we will. If you have a fight coming up, there will be a bit more technical about it. So I think the goal now is to get people to hear your voice and just to say it, just put it out there.
Awesome.
You sound like Jia Wei, man. You are like the Jia Wei version of Muay Thai.
Who's Jia Wei?
Yeah.
Oh no, we might have started another fire.
Yeah, he's one of our guests also. But yeah, I think your personality and him is quite the same. Quite similar, quite interesting.
All right.
Yeah, you want to any shout out to your sponsors or anything?
Yeah, man. Shout out to New Fit firstly. My gym, my guys that have been looking after me from day one. Shout out to New Balance, shout out to G-Shock, to our sponsors. Thank you for looking after us through this time. And once COVID settles down, we'll see brighter things ahead for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to all the sponsors that Ridhwan will never have.
I'm sure he has a lot of sponsors. And
I want the G-Shock one piece though. Can get them.
That one you have to ask, right?
Now I'm the fifth tier. Never buy ticket, ask for free stuff.
Can you? You're the sixth tier because you interrupt him talking about his shout outs. Now can you please continue?
I mean, shout out to you guys as well. Thank you for having me on the show. It was an absolute pleasure. I didn't even know it's been 1.5 hours because I just got so into it with you guys, not on an intimate level, but
not yet.
You're not coming into us yet. Maybe Ridhwan, not me.
Not yet, but I definitely enjoyed myself. It was a really, really fun podcast.
Well, time flies when you're having fun, and we are shooting shit with fighters and talking shit. It's always a lot better. Do you want to give shout outs to those sponsors that don't exist?
Or the sponsors that you guys need to wake up. No, I think I'm happy where I am right now. So I'm just busy working in Legends Fight Sport, doing personal coaching, training when I can, which is very rare right now. So maybe by the fact that I'm saying that I'm training rarely right now, somebody might step up and decide to fight me because I'm at my weakest right now.
It's a trap, bro. It's a trap.
It's trap. Yeah, but again, thanks Deon. Thanks for coming.
Thank you guys.
Admire your work, and then I'll hope to see you and your fans soon again.
Yeah, thank you, man. I definitely want to put in a training session with you someday soon. Also.
Yeah, someday soon we do. Yeah, we do cross training because Radin trains with me sometimes.
Yeah, he's mentioned to me, so definitely will be down for that, man.
All right, man. Take care, bro.
Yeah, that reminds me, when Deon said that, he wasn't feeling nervous until he got to Pattaya for his first fight, and he felt like, shit, he wants to go home and stuff like that. Kind of sounds like how I feel whenever I step into Legends Gym, It was like, what am I doing here? I want to go home. And
it was only 2 times.
Yeah, well, in the end, I just use the toilet and then I go home, usual, right? But Deon, thank you so much. Remember, guys, this is the Wan Man Show, the #1 fight podcast and the only fight podcast in Singapore. Thanks for listening to us. Find us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and also Facebook. Again, thank you to all the frontline workers. If you guys are listening, thanks for keeping us safe and stuff like that. Do continue listening to us. We've reached milestones upon milestones. We now got more than 5,000 listeners here and there. So yeah, this is the Wan Man Show, the #1 fight podcast in Singapore.
Thank you. Bye. See you guys. Of course, it hurts. When you do it, it hurts. You get punched in the face, you still have to fake that smile.
Bro.
Yeah, sudah, bro.